Top of the morning, back at it again. Just gonna go over the situation today. Let's start with the hourly quickly. Start off there. So cool. If you watched yesterday's situation, you know what was happening over there. Quite nice. Then we came for today. Let's start by first looking at the calendar. It's Tuesday. Yesterday, like I said, there wasn't really anything going on, so it was just a tape reading day. Today we had final manufacturing PMI numbers, ISM manufacturing PMI, and Joel's job openings. To be quite honest with you, I don't really follow all of these. I just use it as a timing mechanism to help inform me as to when I can expect volatility. All right. And of course, 4 p.m. SE Standard Time is 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the figures came out less than expected, so it's pretty random that we sold off, but it's all good. It's all good. Um, like I said, H1, we had a bit of SMT with ES, showing you ES now. Looking back at it in hindsight, maybe I should have been in ES since it was the weaker one. We had a swing high and a lower high, as opposed to Nasdaq, where it was the opposite of this. So it had a high and a higher high, and then it dipped down. Um, had this liquidity. Okay, you can see here on ES, we hit the liquidity. Cool. Just go to ES, I mean NQ now. So sharp. My mistake, I was initially bullish. I didn't go to the hourly, I was just straight on the 5 minute, but I'll show you what I was looking at on the 5 minute. But as you can see here, high, higher high, pierced the buy side up top over there. Right? You can see that we pierced the buy side, broke down, broke below a lower low, closed strongly beneath it, opened a fair value gap on the hourly, traded up. Of course, 9:30-ish market open volatility happened, and that candle closure informed that okay, we're probably gonna go lower for that 10 a.m. window. Me, my initial buy, it was within this hourly candle here, which is incorrect and improper of me. I don't know why I keep repeating that mistake, but yeah, I managed to correct it, closed off that position. I took a hit of less than 0.25%, less than that actually, so I wasn't really tripping. And then, of course, with this candle, as it pushed down, took out that low ultimately, and then began to reverse up. So I'm happy with the exits on my side personally. Of course, I'll give you all receipts. I know y'all want receipts and whatever. But that was the situation on the hourly. Now going back to the 5 minute just to further on break down exactly what we were looking at. So cool. What I like to do was similar to yesterday. I looked at 8:30, right? So that's my starting point. Alt V there, cool. I had this low. This was the immediate closest low we had. I saw there was another one. That's the ultimate target, of course. We had this low here, and if you look to the side, the next closest high, could say was that, even that there. So for me at the time when I went long, I didn't take into account the fact that we are pressing up into an hourly fair value gap there. That's bearish, as you can see. That was my first mistake. Well, that was my first mistake not consulting the hourly. Second mistake was entering a trade during the opening range. So opening range is between 9:30 a.m. and 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But it's all good. Rectified my mistake. The ideal entry, let's go to the M3. Ideal entry would have come from the M3. So as you can see within that hourly bearish fair value gap, you have a 3 minute inversion fair value gap. Opened up as price was pushing up, went down, closed through it, bearishly came back up. There by 9:57, it hit it again. There by 10 a.m., it hit it again. And then, of course, that set the stage for the sells. Another good place to enter was this M5 inversion fair value gap here. As you can see on the M5, it was initially bullish, but we tapped, went up, closed beneath it, came back up with this candle here. This would have been the better entry, of course. Got in there, and then we took it down to take out that level of level of sell side, and ultimately underneath there. And then look, also randomly, it began to push up again. So cool day. I'll show you all the receipts. I managed to take or harvest about 120 something points. So not bad really at all. Not at all bad. Um, yeah, main thing, of course, just consult the hourly. We had the SMT with ES. ES, it was a high high and then a high low. I mean, a higher high and a lower high. My bad. Whereas it's the opposite with Nasdaq. Higher high, higher high, broke down, closed below an old low, came back up, hit it, went down, took out the liquidity. Now, if I was to put a fib from that low to that high over there, I wonder if it would be about in the 50% range. Just out of curiosity. Let's see here. I'm using the wicks. We didn't fully get down to the halfway point, but we did take out the liquidity closest to that area. So on my side, I can't even complain. Can't even complain. Calm day, really. I think the trading session or the trading day was just about 20 minutes, so not that long. Not that long. Now, of course, the receipts, because I know everyone here wants receipts. If you're not following us on the Twitter account, be sure to check it out. We post anything and everything, charts and everything in between from there. Be sure to give us a follow. As you can see, that's the handle. So this is what I put out, right? Let me just go to the refresh that. Just go to the chart itself. Like I said, y'all want receipts, right? So I'm gonna get your receipts. That's the account. Be sure to give us a follow. Receipts, here they are on the MT5. Entered, went in there, trailed the stop. Of course, I was using that order block on the M1 time frame to trail my stops. Um, bad thing from me to manage a position that I entered via a higher time frame on a lower time frame to manage it. It's the worst thing you can do. The entry time frame should be the lowest one, and then ideally I enter on the 5. But recently the 3 minutes been good to me, so I'm gonna just keep adding it. I enter via the 3 or the 5. I manage the position via the M15, and my ultimate terminus targets or main pools of liquidity or structure or PD arrays of interest. I look at it from the hourly to the 4 hourly. So that's that on that. As you can see, position, right? Stop loss trailed it just before it hit my TP, and then here it hit the TP. So as you can see, there's the receipts. Calm Cozy 128 points. Start of the month. And yeah, man, that's that on my side for the day. Thank God for the skill. Shout out for following and watching with us. And yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. As per the protocol, as you know, we only look at positions Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Wednesday, the AM session. Thursday, we don't touch the day before NFP drops. And then on Friday, we trade after the NFP news has dropped. This Monday, we didn't touch Monday. We only tape red since, like I mentioned earlier, there was no red folder news events. And as per our strategy, we don't participate on such days. But it was cool today. We had the red folder, and yeah, man, it's good to see that the system still works. So that's that for today. Trade done and dusted. Shout out to Quarterly Theory. If you watched that episode, good for you. If you didn't, I'll link it in the uh, bio of the video, and feel free to check it out. But otherwise, have a good day, and I'll be back tomorrow with some more. Thank God for the skill.